Hi, all. It's me, Justina. I'm recording this Wednesday evening, and I want to say something about time management as it is Wednesday, and Thursday is either here or almost here, depending where you live. And I think for me, Wednesday and Thursday can be days when I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm looking at the list of things I'm going to do for the week, and, it's not halfway even, done and what to do. And I think it's very normal to kind of enter that panic mode. But in that mode, I encourage you to remember how sometimes, obviously, when you had to be maybe very productive, when you had to be a little bit in a hurry to finish something, how you could actually get your shit together and do it. Right? Just sometimes we don't have these deadlines. And man, if you're working on your own projects, on your own, creative projects, or maybe it's like a business idea, whatever, and the deadlines are very fake in a way, right? It can be very difficult. But instead of shaming you and myself, I think sometimes about and both, right? The times when I have been very productive and I'm like, yeah, give me this hour. I'm going to squeeze so much out of it, have dedication. Like my mind is sharp and I'm alert. So let's do this. But also sometimes I think of the opposite. Like, for example, this week, it was very lovely. I had wine with my landlord and his neighbor. It was an amazing company. And, we talked for 3 hours. It was kind of planned, but not entirely. And I made time. Suddenly I have 3 hours for amazing conversations, really, that really enriched my week and my life in general. So, wonderful. We need to make time for connection, not just wine too. But so suddenly I had those 3 hours. Or, if I go, see a friend and we end up having a picnic for 8 hours, I'm like, okay, so I had those 8 hours. But what? I couldn't have 8 hours this week for my courses, really? Isn't that interesting? Even though we know that there is a type of work, right? That we cannot just sit down and work for 8 hours. That's not how the brain works, depending on, is that work more creative? Is it more kind of analytical? And then we know that for the analytical one, mornings are better. For creative one, evenings. So, neuroscience sort of can guide us there. But isn't it interesting? And I'm being honest with myself. I'm like, so I do have the time. So if it's not time, and once again, time for connection and friends is very important. But the fact itself that I can make time for various things kind of points to that it's not about time. It's about what many people, teachers, authors, researchers are kind of pointing to. It's about priorities. And I think it's true. It sucks to say, but many things are important and useful and valuable. It sucks to say them. So we still have some days left in the week, right? If there's something important that we wanted to do, let's see it as important. And we can use different things, right? We can use stacking, which would be like a series of reminders of why it's important, why I would feel great, once I do it, or how horrible I will feel if I don't do it. So we can really create this system of push and pull, right, for us to actually get shit done. And I'm encouraging you to do that. Once again, just this reminder that is in my priorities. Sometimes it's time. Hey, sometimes it can be time. But I think very often it's more about priorities. So I hope you can take the time, you can prioritize, taking the time to reassess your priorities and to see how you want to show up this week. And maybe there is a project that say, you know what, if I do a little bit of this week, I will feel great actually, because it is important to me and I will have acted out of integrity. I'm wishing that to myself too. It's only Wednesday/Thursday. We still have time. Let's do this. But also connection, friends, rest and play, also very important. And wine. But connection and friends, more. Okay, thank you for being here. I'll see you soon.